Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. My name is Daniel and I'm the High Mileage Helper. On this channel, my goal is to be able to help you learn more about the RV transporting industry, as well as give how-to videos for your truck, and then give recommendations along the way. And so this is our first time meeting. Just consider subscribing, hitting the like button if you get good value. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the coronavirus shutdown in this industry, what led up to this, and then what it actually means for us as drivers. And we'll get right into the video. So as we're getting into this, just want to share some things that can give us some good value. In Ecclesiastes 1:9 in the Bible, it says, "What has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done, and there is nothing new under the sun." I know as a Christian, I know that God, He's outside of time. He's seen the past, the present, and the future. There's nothing new to God. He's never going to be surprised. But the truth is we are, because we're not. And so for us to learn from history and to be able to go forward as we go in time, to be able to see, I've seen this before. I've seen a shutdown like this before where we don't know what's really going on, but we can kind of see, well, it's possible down in the future that this might happen. It happened then. The quote I also want to share with you is, "Those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it." And that quote's so true as well, that when we don't actually stop and think about what's going on right now, what happened in the past, and then looking forward to the future, to kind of see the domino effect, as one thing just kind of hits the next and goes, we can really learn from those things and be able to see with clarity in a situation like the situation that we're in. And so we will go right into what the process was, the domino effect that at least I have seen or I've read, and we'll get right into that. So the very first thing that I saw in what led up to this virus shutting down our industry was an article. And actually it was a very positive article that I read when I first saw it, and I thought, man, this is great. The article talked about campground activities being just as much or even higher than last year. People were planning more and more activities out and about, not in hotels, not going to these location traveling sites, but they were actually going to be camping and doing those things to where they were going to be in their trailers, either in rented trailers or buying trailers. And so that was several weeks ago. But I initially thought, man, that's great. Unfortunately, this virus is here, but people are hopefully going to be isolating themselves. They're still going to be taking vacation. They're still going to be having a good time, but they're going to be away from everybody else. And so that initial thing really had me thinking, oh, good, this is good. Next thing I heard about was the manufacturers are starting to take notice. People had been asking them apparently already, hey, are you going to be closing down? What are you going to be doing? Do you have any plans? And they said, we're not going to be closing down. We're not going to be shutting down. We'll keep an eye on it, basically. And so then the next thing led to them actually taking measures with their workers, with people in those manufacturers. If you're a worker in a manufacturer, please share if you have any more details on those kind of things. But those are just some things that I've heard that they actually started taking steps to actively help keep people away or better sanitize, all those things. And so the next thing was that I heard was manufacturers are starting to have problems with not having enough parts. And so that was the first serious blow to me, at least in my mind, as I'm looking back now in history. That was the first real red flag. Hey, this is trouble here. Because the truth is, there's so many moving parts in this industry. If they run out of certain parts, they're not building trailers. I'm not delivering. people aren't getting them. I mean, it's just a major thing. And so that was the first big red flag. Hey, a delay in parts, not being able to get trucks. And so that's just a major thing. Next was hearing about dealerships who are starting to close or reject units across the country because they didn't want to have any coronavirus, on the trailers from the factories and the manufacturers, and they were concerned about, I'm assuming, that not enough business. So why would we be having even more trailers come here when we're struggling already? Because people are getting fearful of spending a lot of money right now. And so dealerships starting to close and reject, another major red flag for me. Then manufacturers looking to, the next thing, manufacturers looking to be able to be inside of the stimulus package that's already gone through now. I don't know to the degree of what actually happened with that, but they were wanting to be included in the package and be under the essential representation for what we have to have running in this country. And with FEMA trailers, with apparently I've heard other countries wanting to buy some of our trailers to be able to use as things for them for quarantine or whatnot. I don't know how much truth there is to that. I heard that from someone. It's hearsay, but so those are just some of those things that kind of came along the way. And then finally, March 27th on Friday was apparently all manufacturers pretty clearly shutting down all plants. And so that's the final nail in the coffin at this time for this shutdown. It has officially dropped. It's happened. And so where we're at now, what does this mean for us right now? Number one, if you're not a driver, this is not a time to be putting in your application to a company because they're probably not going to be hiring for some time. Orientations are probably going to be delayed weeks. They probably don't even have a real time when they're going, a time frame of when they're going to be starting that up. And so if you're a new driver or wanting to be a new driver, this is a rough time for you. Keep doing what you're doing and just be patient. If you are a driver with the company already and you are taking loads, what this probably means for us, you may very well already know, is just like any other shutdown, there will be a lag behind period. So they stopped production on the 27th. Many of them, I think even some earlier, because they just had no parts. Or they were just wanting to be extra safe with quarantining and all those things. But they ran out of parts, all that. For us, that means that there were still trailers being built up until that point. And in the process of actually getting them all pumped out to us transport companies, there will continue to be more and more trailers for a short amount of time. That means that whatever's in your yards currently, on your load board, maybe they don't put all of them on at one time, but they stagger them. It means that we are going to eventually run out in a hurry, probably. So now is not the time. I've heard this from a few folks on Facebook. Now is not the time to be taking a 2-week time off period. Because the truth is, if you do that and you come back, you're probably not going to have a load at all to get. The next week or two, if it even lasts that long, if any Indiana yards, I know there's a few companies out west, they may still have loads going this way and that way, but at the manufacturers here in Indiana, it is going to be getting dried up very quickly. So if you're a driver, now is the time to be on the road. Now is the time to push hard through this last week or two, however long it takes for the trailers to dry up. So right now for us, what this whole situation means is that we have a limited amount of time to make as much money on the road as possible. If you're like me, I want to make sure I didn't leave any more money on the table. I want to take everything that I can do anywhere and everywhere that's a possibility. And so If you are wanting to finish strong, go ahead and take as many loads as you can, because I can assure you your vacation that you're looking for, or maybe you weren't, it is just around the corner. And if I'm wrong and I'm an idiot, that'd be great, because we'll be all on the road and it'll be fantastic. But just looking back at this whole situation for me, seeing the progression, seeing things I've heard or I've read in articles, there's a pattern. And so with any shutdown, this was a irregular type of shutdown. This was not planned months and months ago, but the truth is that these things do happen. We've had problems in our country before, in the world before. There's nothing new under the sun. If we can't learn from these things and be able to think through, well, there's still loads now, but the manufacturers just shut down. Maybe I should be taking loads now so that when there's no trailers, then I can stop. That type of thinking. Hopefully that we can really learn from those things, and the next time around with a planned or unplanned shutdown, we can be better off. And so anyways, I hope this was a help to you. This was just very important for me to finally get out to you. I've been running so much that I have not been able to get this video out to you. I have so many more plans, so many video ideas that I have to share with you guys. I just haven't even been able to get them done, because I've been, I guess, practicing what I'm preaching, is just run until there's nothing left. When there's nothing left on the load board for me, that is full go. I'm going to be pumping out as many videos as I can to be a help to you, so that when you're back out on the road, you're going to be good to go. I'm going to be able to be a help to you in a lot of these areas. That's my heart. That's my goal. So anyways, hope this will help to you again, and stay safe. God bless, and we'll catch you next time.